Hello, Tarnish, and welcome back to another Souls-like video. Today we're diving into a hot button topic, modern day complaint culture and how it's quietly but dangerously messing with Souls-like games. We're talking about the kind of culture where players confuse "I don't like this" with "this is bad design," where entitlement overshadows the experience, and where games like Silksong get criticized not for flaws, but for not being made for them personally. So buckle up, because this isn't about whining online, it's about the very way games are designed, experienced, and appreciated in 2025. And I know some of you are thinking, wait, isn't criticism good? Yes, but there's a huge difference between meaningful feedback and entitled complaints, and it's that entitled part that's the problem, because it shifts the focus from enjoying a masterpiece to reshaping it to fit your personal whims. Let's start by defining it. Modern day complaint culture isn't criticism. It's a mindset. It says if a game doesn't perfectly align with my tastes, it must change. Here's the kicker. Personal preference is subjective. Game design is objective, or at least intentional. Just because a boss in Silksong feels hard to you, or a mechanic doesn't click, doesn't mean it's broken. It means it wasn't made for your style of play. But now, a loud minority online doesn't just express their dislikes, they demand change. And this isn't harmless. It creates an ecosystem where developers are pressured to compromise their vision to appease the vocal crowd. This isn't just some theoretical problem. Look at forums, Reddit threads, or YouTube comment sections. You'll see thousands of posts saying things like, "this boss is unfair," or "this mechanic is broken," when in reality, it's performing exactly as intended. People aren't asking for explanation, they're asking for it to be rewritten to suit them. That's the shit we need to talk about. Take Silksong for instance. Fans are passionate, which is amazing, but some of the complaints, wild. People complain about challenge pacing, enemy attack patterns, or progression speed, but that's literally the point of the design. These games are meant to challenge you. Or look at Elden Ring. Some bosses are hated online not because they're poorly made, but because players want them to be easier. And don't get me wrong, constructive criticism helps developers, but demanding the entire game be changed to suit your personal speedrun style, that's not criticism, it's entitlement. The same goes for difficulty mods or quality of life suggestions being treated as mandatory. Players forget that the game exists as a crafted experience. It's not a flexible sandbox meant to be remodeled to your preferences. Enjoying it means adapting to the world, not bending it to fit your needs. And it's not just about bosses. Even mechanics like stamina management, precise platforming, or aggressive enemy AI are now under fire simply because someone didn't personally enjoy them. These are the systems that create tension, thrill, and that sense of, I overcame something impossible. If every complaint forces a change, these moments vanish completely. Let's zoom in on Silksong, because it's a perfect example of this problem in action. The game has been out for just a few weeks, and already you see waves of criticism. Not for bugs or glitches, but simply because it wasn't made to cater to every individual player's preference. Some players complain that certain bosses are too fast, that progression feels slow, or that the combat mechanics are too punishing. But that's literally how the game is designed, to challenge you, to make you adapt, and to reward mastery. The game isn't broken, it's intentional. This type of complaint culture puts unnecessary pressure on developers. Imagine spending years crafting intricate enemy patterns, exploring rich environments, and balancing mechanics only to have a loud subset of players demand it all be altered to suit their playstyle. It risks shifting the conversation from appreciating the game to changing it for convenience, which could influence future updates or even the way sequels are designed. In short, Silksong is being caught in the crossfire of entitlement, where some players feel the game exists for them rather than for everyone to experience its intended challenge and artistry. That's a dangerous precedent, and it's already shaping the early perception of the game before most players have fully experienced it. Why is this a problem? Because it shapes the industry. Developers see the loudest complaints, not the silent majority enjoying the game as intended. That leads to overcorrecting, dumbing down mechanics, adding endless accessibility features, and altering core systems just to appease the complain-first crowd. And who suffers? The players who actually want the original experience. The artistry, the tension, the sense of accomplishment, these get diluted. A Souls-like isn't supposed to hold your hand, that's the core appeal. When complaint culture pushes developers to change that, the games lose what made these compelling in the first place. Look at what happened in some recent games. Developers implemented quality of life changes that were never requested by the majority simply because of a loud minority online. Suddenly, speedrunning communities complain that bosses aren't punishing enough. Hardcore fans grumble about too much hand-holding, and the original vision, gone, completely watered down. Here's the mindset most people are missing. Personal preference is not the same as bad design. Don't like a boss? That doesn't make it broken. Don't enjoy a mechanic? That doesn't make it unfair. Want faster progression? That doesn't mean the game is failing. Games like Silksong, Hollow Knight, and Elden Ring are designed with intent. They want you to experience challenge, frustration, discovery, and eventually mastery. Changing them to suit a vocal subset erases that intent. It's like taking a masterpiece painting and demanding the artist recolor it to match your favorite palette. It's disrespectful to the craft. And this isn't just about developers feeling hurt, it's about the experience itself. If every game became a player-first redesign, the moments that make Souls-like legendary disappear. That heartbeat moment when you finally beat a boss, the thrill of learning enemy pattern, the pride in mastering a punishing sequence, these moments become rare because the world is now too safe to provide them. So what's the solution? How do you enjoy Souls-like without getting trapped in the noise? Play the games as intended first. Understand the systems, the bosses, the mechanics. Experience the world before judging it. Separate personal taste from design. Don't confuse "I don't like this" with "this is broken." Constructive criticism only. Focus on actual flaws, not your personal preferences. And if you don't like something, that's fine. Just don't demand the devs fix it for you. Appreciate artistry. Challenge, tension, and frustration are part of the medium. Embrace them. Enjoy the thrill of overcoming something difficult the way it was meant to be overcome. Honestly, part of the magic in these games is discovering your own way to overcome obstacles. You can experiment, you can fail, you can rage, but that's part of the journey. Modern complaint culture tries to rob you of that journey, but the choice is yours. Let it or embrace the experience fully. At the end of the day, complaint culture is more than annoying. It's shaping the future of the games we love. Don't let entitlement dictate the experience. Play the game, feel the challenge, appreciate the craft, and stop demanding that developers bend their vision for you. If you actually want to experience a Souls-like game in 2025, this is your mindset. Adapt, overcome, and enjoy the journey the way it was meant to be played. If you agree, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives on Souls-like games, and drop a comment with your most controversial take on modern complaint culture. I want to hear it. Let's talk about it. And if you haven't already, please head on over to my Twitch at LimeRayEN to watch me play Souls-like games on the daily. And if you're brave, share the moment in your life where you conquered a boss that you hated at first but eventually mastered. That's what being a Souls-like player is really about. Growth, persistence, and respecting the craft. Not complaining because it wasn't made for your convenience. Alright, until next time, Tarnish, goodbye! Bye 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 bye!